I would like very much tonight, dear friends, if I could express the corporate mind, not only of the five of us, but of all the people who have advanced the cause of women.
Il a fallu batailler ferme avant de vraiment obtenir le droit de vote et l'éligibilité pour les femmes.
I'm profoundly grateful to be part of a vibrant feminist movement that has been intensely focused on the epidemic of violence against women. Grateful, and I hope this doesn't sound morbid, but there's been many times I've gone home at the end of the day and I've thought I could die today because I've done my job. I've had the opportunity to make a difference. I've had the privilege of sharing sacred time with family members who've been dealing with senseless murders of their mothers or their sisters or their daughters. I've had the opportunity to work with women who have experienced violence and survived. I've had the privilege of working with cabinet ministers and Indigenous women and immigrant women, policymakers, academics, police chiefs, coroners, legal analysts, and community activists all across the country. I was invited to speak to the UN a few years ago and participate in a global session on violence against women. I've been involved in developing cross-sector networks which are providing huge results in our province, where we're seeing better informed risk assessments and more effective safety planning. And even more than that, we're seeing workers develop empathy and understanding of each other by bringing people together across culture, across gender, and across community. This may surprise many people who, when they hear the word feminist, it conjures up images of bra burning and placard-carrying march organizers. But times have changed. My own placard is currently in storage. My bra is firmly in place. I honor the need for those demonstrations and the doors that they opened. And even though we are still demanding change all across our country, are feminists who lead with compassion and empathy and respect and love. We know that talking about sexual assault and domestic violence is really difficult. We know that people need to be given the time that it takes to learn, to understand, to find the words to have these conversations. And we also know that regardless of who we are engaging, that we have more in common than we have differences. I'd like to end by giving a quick shout out to the BC Lions football team. 5 years ago, I approached them with an idea that we would have men, icons, celebrity sports stars, bring forward a message to engage boys and other men about violence against women. That instead of staying silent in the face of disrespectful attitudes and behaviors, they would ask on our behalf other men and boys to speak up and be more than bystanders. Now, 4 years later, this multi-award-winning campaign has reached 45,000 students in BC high schools in person. And our Speak Up and Be More Than a Bystander message has been viewed well over 116 million times. So similar to drinking and driving, we want to make violence against women socially unacceptable. Since we began, the Winnipeg Blue Bombers and the Toronto Argonauts and the Calgary Stampeders and the Edmonton Eskimos have now followed. Enough about football, though. Thank you to His Excellencies, Governors General David Johnston and Mrs. Johnston, the amazing Minister Kelly Leach, for this great honor. It's truly, truly profound. And I want to thank many friends and family and colleagues as well, and especially my life partner, Becky Ross, for continuing to listen to me go on and on about what still needs to be done in Canada, for sometimes holding me up, and really making the theory of love real. Thank you very much.